Hey everybody, welcome to week 11 of the Tailgate update. Let's crack open a six-pack, y'all. First things first, Joe. Aaron Rodgers, Jets, debut, Monday Night Football, whole nation's watching. It's a whole new era of Jets football. And 4 plays later, Aaron Rodgers is done. His freaking Achilles explodes on national TV. Watch the slow-mo. You can watch it coil around his calf. Quite disgusting. Is this or is this not the most Jets thing to ever happen since Vinny Testaverde had the same fate in 1999? It's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
I'm just trying to get over your saying it coils around the calf because I have to try to look away because I hate when they zoom in on it and this imagery is getting awful. To
me. Terrible.
You can see the calf muscle reverberate.
Yeah. Oh man. So in kind of light of that, and what I'm assuming is other non-contact injuries, even though that was a contact injury, I wouldn't even put this in that same realm because it was probably a direct result of Leonard Floyd landing on top of him as his leg. But NFLPA is going to call for natural grass on all playing surfaces, which I agree as a broader general, I don't know, idea. But in regards to this specifically, I don't necessarily think it was caused by that. But what do you guys think about that?
Well, I follow a YouTube sports medicine doctor, Dr. Sutter. So shout out to his channel. We'll link it down below. And he does a whole thing about why it wasn't specifically the ground this time. And so I think it is really important to have that known. But I can see how using one of the most famous quarterbacks of ever to try to push the overall helpful idea of getting grass would make sense for the NFLPA to capitalize on this. I just get kind of annoyed when movements or agendas are kind of being pushed when the situation is not directly related to what actually happened. But I'm not a politician, so no one asked me.
Well, we're not.
I think it's kind of funny how they're trying to make Rodgers the poster boy for this. Like Julie said, just kind of putting him on this pedestal to be the poster boy for a new field surface, and it's kind of funny. At the same time of, the Jets fans were saying, oh, we're winning the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, we're winning the Super Bowl. And then 2 plays into the season, he's out for the season.
Insert Zach Wilson.
Yeah, insert Zach Wilson to cost everybody in Green Bay their bar tab.
Which is honestly, as a Bears fan, couldn't have been a more perfect scenario. Packers fans get stuck with their probably a couple $100 tabs at this bar. The conditional pick will remain a 2nd-round pick instead of a 1st-round pick because he's not going to, barring some medical miracle of Dolphins, he's not going to obtain that 65% snap count. So good day for the NFC North unless you're a Packer fan. But it was
Brandon pointed out something really interesting about the injury. Instead of, because it kind of seems like he should have been more expressive about his pain, and yet he was the most stoic human being ever, because Perna panned to when Mac Jones sprained his ankle and he was screaming as they were carrying him down into the locker room. And then they have Aaron Rodgers just guys, something's going on over here, so if you could just kind of come on over. Like he handled that shit like it wasn't even like it was a sprained toe or something.
I think that there was probably a level of shock. Like, I can't even believe that just happened.
Yeah, but I imagine it's tremendous.
It's gotta be adrenaline.
And after you've been a quarterback for that many years, I think pain management would probably be pretty important.
Yeah,
especially
he was so stoic. I'm like, is he on ayahuasca right now, or however you say it? I can never say it right because I mean, it was like he just stubbed his finger on something. It was like this.
He had more of a somber look on his face after tearing his Achilles than the Packers fans had in that bar when they realized, oh, we have to pay our bar tab tonight.
Yeah, when the Jets still managed to win the game. I don't know how. They were dead in the water at that moment. I don't know how.
I can tell you how.
I do know how.
Josh Allen was mad booty that night.
Man, how are you gonna let somebody you off 3 times, man? That's crazy.
Yeah. So if Josh Allen was anything like half of Josh Allen that night, they probably would have gotten free beer.
Yeah, would have.
Okay. So, what did the NFLPA have to say about it, Ryan? I know you looked into that.
So the NFLPA calls for grass in all stadiums after the Rodgers injury, like Caleb said. MetLife Stadium actually installed a new surface this offseason. It's called field turf, which is a softer and more forgiving surface than the previous synthetic turf that they were using. That claimed the season of Nick Bosa back in, I believe, 2020. I think it was Raheem Mostert that got it the same game. NFLPA Executive Director Lloyd Howell was quoted as saying, "Moving all stadium fields to high-quality natural grass surfaces is the easiest decision the NFL can make." He continues, "The players overwhelmingly prefer it, and data is clear that grass is simply more safe than artificial turf. It is an issue that has been near the top of players' lists during my team visits and one I have raised with the NFL." End quote. So Roger Goodell went on First Take to combat this quote. And yeah, I'm sure you can imagine how well this went with
sure it's not
he responded Wednesday saying player safety remains a focus for the league. He also noted the turf/grass debate remains a complex issue that the NFL will continue to address with the union. Goodell said, "We want to go on what's best from an injury standpoint to prevent the injuries, to give our players the best possible surface to play on." He continued with, "That can't be done by my feeling of looking at a particular injury. It's got to be done with a real process, to look at it with med experts, look at it with engineers, look at it with people on the cleats, look at it on every aspect of what could go into that injury." What do you make of that? Come on. That just sounds like
at literally anything but the field. Like, I will spend billions of dollars on literally anything except the damn field.
That was a bunch of word vomit in my head. When I was reading the quotes and I was reading the article, it was just like
total word salad.
Dude, you just coughed up a word hairball and called it a response.
Yeah.
Like, and just see what I did? See what I did there, Julie? I gave you a hairball for your cats.
The NFL will do just about anything it possibly can to save a few dollars, no matter what the health consequences are. We saw this with the concussion protocol and how hard the NFLPA had to work to get anything put into place, despite people actively dying of long-term concussion issues and like the evolution. I mean, it came out a few years after the first case of CTE, but the point is that like they had to fight tooth and nail, and every time they would try to do anything to update it, like having more than one spotter, having one spotter on this side of the field and one spotter on this side of the field. And it's like, oh no, we don't want that. Or now we have to have an independent doctor because team doctors are full of shit. Who could have guessed? Everyone. But anyway, so they do like anything they possibly can, no matter what happens. I mean, somebody's leg could actively fall off in a clearly turf-related injury, and they would be like, well, we'll just have to talk to the NFLPA about it. And it's ridiculous just how much they will fight something that's clearly the right thing to do because it will take money. Like, they don't have enough money as it is. That's not even that is one, those are two examples of things that the NFL has actively done to avoid safety for their players, and it's on a long list. And so am I surprised? No. Is the word salad on brand with what they normally do? Yeah. I mean, last time with the concussion crisis, they hired an entire staff of researchers to create bullshit science and spent like millions of dollars so that they could try to defend the problematic, the research that was making them look bad. So and they could have just spent that money to buy the spotters. But anyway, there is no limit to what they will try to do to avoid doing the right thing. And if they were really worried about player safety, we could talk about the whole Thursday night issue again.
Yeah. I not very often do I agree with what the NFLPA has to say. In this case, it's a no-brainer. Natural grass fields is what needs to be done in the NFL. How many injuries have happened on turf fields? I mean, come on here. This is a simple.
It's not to grow grass, like it really isn't. Like, I mean, I guess it could be a little bit challenging if it's like in the tundra of like Minnesota during the dead of winter or something, but like I'm sure that there are like practices that people can do to grow regular grass in most locations with fairly
Chicago's
good.
had it
Yeah. I mean, the LA Coliseum had it
for years,
and it was beautiful. The only problem is when you have these concerts at these big stadiums like the Coliseum had. I don't know if you guys remember the Monday night shootout between the Chiefs and the Rams back in 2018. They had a concert like a couple days prior to that. The game was scheduled for Mexico City.
Yep.
The field wasn't very good after the concert in Mexico City. Went back to LA to play the game on short notice, and the field was just, it was a bunch of turd. Like, it was terrible. And people were slipping, falling everywhere.
Miami and Oakland used to play on a damn baseball field.
Yeah.
That's what they're worried about because the NFL gets money because, you know, it all goes into this big pot or whatever, most of it. So they get money by supporting the concerts that happen at the stadium. And so they probably a cut of it at least, right? Because they're like the venue. So they probably don't want to put that up. That's probably more so the issue than having to hire a gardener to go out and like wet the grass every morning. I mean, they wouldn't want that either. And it'll only be a part-time person with no insurance. But like that's
on par. That's on par.
NFL is a total crap for cash. So
They're not. They have more cash than I can ever imagine. They're like Scrooge McDuck. All right, that's what they got. Like they're diving in a vault full of coins.
If they gave everything they have, our country would be like back to zero, like after a couple of years.
The NFL is very profitable, and they could afford the expenses of taking care of natural grass fields and losing out on those big concerts during the season. They can afford it, but they don't want to.
Yeah, I just was thinking extra work, but now that I think about research,
that's what's getting in the way. That is the fence line.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So Roger Goodell, congratulations on making your word salad, but is not welcome at the cookout.
Scumbag.
Now why they tried to get presidents and like the FBI guy, the guy who ran the FBI, I forget his name. Anyway, why they
Hoover?
tried to get him to be, Hoover. Why they tried to get them to be commissioners is because you need a real politician for this. So when Roger Goodell is done with his job as commissioner, he can run for basically any office and be fully prepared already.
Yeah, he talks a lot of bullshit, so his word salad has raisins in it. We don't want it.
I mean, he's kind of like everybody else, so I think he will fit right in.
Whatever. Moving on.
All right, more bad news. Mike Williams, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer receiver, age 36, passed away Tuesday following an accident on a construction site. Finally had succumbed to his injuries. And yeah, that's age 36, man. That's crazy. His rookie season, dude balled out, man. He had 11 tutties for Tampa. Kind of the thinner years of the Buccaneers history of recent. But yeah, sad stuff coming out of the NFL.
To be clear, was he working?
All I know is he was hit by a steel beam and he had brain swelling and such. He was on a ventilator, taken off ventilators, and died a couple days later.
I'd imagine he was working. He's not. There was somebody else recently that retired from the NFL that is going to pursue a career in one of the trades as well. Seems to be a thing. But
yeah, that's really, because they always talk about how rich players are and how they're set for life or whatever, which is completely not true at all. But to see somebody go from the NFL to construction work, which is a very wonderful occupation, but just an interesting transition, but totally not the point of this article or this segment.
Yeah, no. All I see is that he was injured in a construction accident 2 weeks ago in Florida. And I just had it. Hold on. It was in Hillsborough County. Is that anywhere near you there, Caleb?
kind of a newbie down here, so I cannot tell you. I'm near Perdido County. I know that.
Okay.
And I'm in Escambia, but I don't know where Hillsborough is. I think that might be closer towards Jacksonville, like more.
Okay. Yeah, his rookie year, he went out for 65 catches, 964, and 11 tutties. His rookie year was 2010. That was man, I wonder who the quarterback was that year for him to
that
get.
May have been
Sims.
Freeman? Sims or Freeman?
Hold up. Yeah, it was Josh Freeman, bro. Yeah, Freeman wasn't he rookie of the year? Freeman was actually kind of efficient that year. He threw 25 touchdowns, only 6 INTs.
I was gonna say he started off pretty good actually in his career.
Yeah. Yeah, Williams was actually pretty solid his first 3 years in the league. 900 yards, almost 1,000 yards 2 of the 3 years, and then injury bug got him. Only played 6 games in 2013 and 9 in 2014 with Buffalo. Yeah, he caught a combined 30 passes in those 2 years.
Jeez.
Hopefully, find for like on a work site, whatever happened that resulted in like that kind of loss, to avoid that happening again. Because OSHA tries to keep people alive most of the time, so hopefully they can kind of get a idea. It might have just been a freak accident, but what a tragic loss on the job.
Yeah. Anything can happen on construction site. That is no doubt.
Yep.
Browns are out. Their starting right tackle, Jack Conklin, suffered a torn ACL, MCL.
In a win over the Bengals.
Yep, in a big surprising win over the Bengals, the
In
Bungles.
the elements over the Bungles.
Uh, so we'll see if that really affects the run game. I feel like probably not. Nick Chubb is basically just 230 pounds of twisted steel. So that down in.
We all know the rest of that saying there, don't we, Caleb?
Yeah, we sure do.
Twisted steel and a lot of touchdown appeal.
Yes, there we go. I love that. Transitioning over to NBA, taking a little detour to the hardwood. NBA's competition committee is Ryan. You have to kind of help me out here. They are calling for stricter rules against.
So they first they were going to vote on it on Wednesday. They were going to vote on tougher resting policy rules. They did vote on it. It passed through.
Good.
They gave the okay for tougher resting policy rules / punishments for star players who sit out games. That is to include nationally televised in-season tourneys and multiple all-stars sitting out together for regular season games. The ruling gives greater oversight to the league office over discipline for missed games with ability to fine teams more than $1 million. $1 million. Dr. $1 million. For each instance of violating resting rules. This stems from the NBA negotiating a new media rights deal. This has caused Commissioner Adam Silver to be more vocal about player participation. It's about time, Adam Silver.
I can't think of a league that allows their players to sit more. I mean, NBA and NHL, they play the exact same amount of games every year. NHL's actually longer.
Is it longer?
It is like calendar wise, yeah, because I think their playoffs are longer.
No, it's the same. They both go into June. They both start around the same time, yeah. I think NHL plays preseason longer. That's what they do.
Well, regardless.
Either way, the NBA is filled with babies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As the NHL, I mean, go out and skate around for 3 hours and tell me how you feel versus go out and jog around a basketball court for a couple hours. Like, give me a.
But Caleb, you're only doing them 30-second shifts.
All right, we'll do it in 30-second shifts then.
30-second shifts. Get your head taken off by Tom Wilson. See how you feel.
Oh, not to mention, yeah, you can get hit in this league too.
Yeah. How about getting hit with a frozen puck at 90 miles an hour? Tell me how you feel after that.
Intentionally getting in the way of it, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No mask or anything. Just bow down in front of the puck. See what happens.
Dudes are different.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's frustrating though, man. I mean, but you know what the deal is going to happen now is you're going to have a bunch of players all of a sudden we're out for the game due to an illness.
I was just talking about that the other day.
That's what's going to happen.
As soon as I read that, I was like, all right, some guys are going to be like, I tweaked a hammy in warm-ups. I can't play today. You know?
Yeah, producing doctor's notes.
Seriously.
But it is a good thing. I mean, because these games, I mean, they cost, you know, and obviously I look at things from the fan perspective because that's what we are. You know, think about taking your, you know, little boy or girl to a game for the first time and it's going to cost you freaking, you know, what, $1,000 by the time you're done with everything. And
yeah,
LeBron's just sitting. Now, LeBron's different. He's almost 40. But what's a 20-something sitting out for? You know what I mean? Like,
LeBron's been doing load management for like 10 years. Come on.
The king of it, yeah. I mean,
he's the one. I feel like he's the one that started the whole load management thing.
Yeah. And I understand trying to like
extend your career. Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that part, but man, it's out of control.
It is. It's absolutely irritating to, LeBron and AD are out tonight due to a rest day. Okay. AD only plays 40 games a year. What's he need a rest day for?
Exactly. Yeah, the dude's
He's had his rest day. He was out for 2 months with an injury. Get him back. Get him out there. Let's go.
should be good to go, man. I don't get it.
I mean, if goalies can play 3 hours underneath all that padding, lose all that sweat, all that, energy, and they can play the next night, LeBron should be able to play the back to back.
Just eating 100 plus mile an hour slap shots.
Yeah. Sprawling saves. If goalies can do that, NBA players can play 82 straight games.
Yeah. Wait. Speaking of hockey players, though, this team, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I am gonna save my judgment because we were talking about earlier. I can't figure it out. What's going on in Columbus, Ohio? Coach Mike
there must be
Babcock
part of the story we haven't gotten yet.
Was that Julie?
There must be some part of the story that we haven't gotten yet. There must be something we're missing because it's not very clear from what we have.
Well, yes. It's only it's only 3 days old, I think.
Is under investigation by the NHL PA, correct?
Yep.
For supposedly invasion of privacy of his players. Ryan, take us down the rabbit hole, please, because
okay,
I need help.
All right, I'll head it up. I'll head it up tonight. Take my hand. We'll go down the rabbit hole.
All right.
Here. So Columbus Blue Jackets coach Mike Babcock is entering his first season with the team after being fired from the Maple Leafs in 2019. This is his first gig in the NHL since. Captain Boone Jenner and Babcock are both denying allegations that Babcock acted inappropriately and violated player privacy when asking to see photos on players' cell phones. They were asked to show pictures of their families in order for Babcock to get to know his players better entering his first season with the team. So the NHLPA got wind of this. They were like, nay. And they're reviewing the situation after it came to light earlier this week. Former player turned analyst Paul Bissonnette, he reported on his podcast Tuesday that Babcock asked Captain Boone Jenner to show him photos on his phone in an apparent invasion of player privacy. Babcock, Jenner, and winger Johnny Gaudreau said photo exchanges did happen, but defended them as a way for the new coach to get to know his players. Union, nevertheless, on their white horse for their players, coming to their aid, launched a review with new executive director Marty Walsh meeting with Blue Jackets players in Columbus on Thursday. On Friday, Walsh, assistant Ron Hainsey, and general counsel Don Zavello met with NHL officials at the league office in New York to provide them with an update. The NHLPA said it would have no further comment, and NHL spokesperson said the league did not have any comment on the situation. However, his conduct of Babcock is being scrutinized because of past reports of some polarizing old-school coaching techniques, including asking Maple Leafs player Mitch Marner to list teammates from hardest to least hardest working. That and other criticism of Babcock surfaced when he was fired in 2019 by Toronto. This is according to the AP, I guess that's what the website's called. That's an odd name. Oh, AP News. Sorry. Let's see here. Babcock won a Stanley Cup in 2008 with the Red Wings. He went back to the Cup the following year, and he also went to a Stanley Cup with the Ducks in 2003. So he's been to 3 Cups. I think he knows what he's doing. I don't know if it's him or if it's just the new generation of players coming into the NHL.
I don't know. It's such a I truly don't understand it. There is definitely some context that is missing, or I am missing.
Yeah, so Gaudreau, hold on. I just saw something here. Babcock said upon taking the job in July, he has evolved as a coach and learned how better to deal with players. So Johnny Hockey here, Gaudreau, he's the team's highest player and biggest star. Said he has so far had great interactions with Babcock, including showing each other family photos. So your star player takes it as a genuine interaction with your new coach, and other players are like, this is suspicious.
And this is where we talk.
Imagine
It doesn't, unless he's like taking their phones from them and he's just freely scrolling through with no, that's one thing. But if he's just like, hey man, like you got a family, like look, how are your kids, like, and generally like with your coworkers, you don't have to ask them to show you their kids. They'll usually just
Right.
freely, because some parents are annoying. But I don't know that that's really like, I don't know. There's definitely more of the story that is not out yet. Or
Yeah. So, Julie, before you go here, I'll let you hear this quote from Gaudreau. So he says, "I think the approach he took was getting to know each other on a personal level." He continued, "I got to see pictures of he got to see pictures of my daughter, my dog, my mom, my dad, pictures of me playing softball in the summer, a picture of my late grandmother who passed away 2 months ago. We got to chat about that for a little bit. I just think it was a really cool and unique way of getting to know your player."
I'm just imagining, and this is my own weird sense of humor, but I'm just imagining like show us your family, and it's just like a picture of like a gravestone, or like, or like, or like a mugshot. Like I mean,
What's
maybe
wrong
I'm
with you?
projecting, but that would be so funny.
You
you know what, maybe
with your
that was
head.
somebody's situation and they were upset about it. And
Yeah,
So
like
where's your dad? Oh, here's his most recent mugshot from last month. Like I just
oh my
think
god,
that would
Julie.
be.
yeah, he's
Even
doing
though
great. Proud of
I have
So
plenty of family, but I promise you, I visited a couple of graves. I would put like Roy DeMeo, you know, the serial killer in the mafia. I would put his gravestone up there and be like, and then just kind of like, I don't know. Okay, that's just my own sense of humor here.
oh my
But
god. So you're telling me this whole thing is an issue because Babcock said, "Hey, can I see a picture of your mom?" And the person's mother was passed away. Is that what you're saying?
just a gravestone, just the whole family like lined up in a row.
it.
You need
You want
help.
to see my family here?
You need some help, Julie. That's some dark shit. All right, can we move
Hey,
on?
I
Can we,
solved the problem.
Julie's made this conversation a little odd for me. Let's move on. This
We got-
is we got some injury news in the MLB there, don't we, Caleb?
Dude,
Yeah, some
Max Scherzer, Mad Max.
yeah, Mad Max is heading to the Thunderdome.
He's done, man. He's done for the season.
Yep.
I think Tuesday's start got pulled in the sixth or fifth inning, I think.
Yeah, and then an MRI revealed a low grade strain of the teres major.
Yep, I know where that's at. Don't.
Yeah, won't require surgery though. So, Mad Max he posted a 3.77 ERA, 174 Ks, and a 1.12 WHIP. That's
1.1.
walks.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
walks, hits, per inning pitch. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not bad.
yeah.
Shohei also done. I
Yep.
believe
Showtime has been pulled.
cleared out his locker yesterday, I believe.
Oh, give us more on that. That's juicy shit right there.
So I don't have any more. I want to
Damn,
know.
you don't have any more on that?
I want to know more.
You're supposed to be a journalist here.
I'm supposed to be the big J Journo, but here I am.
Brian will be upset with you on that. How dare you report something and not have the facts?
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm just seeing what the Angels journos are telling me.
Oh, they're just as bad as us.
Well, they might be worse, but
Yeah, they don't have a lot to cover over there.
oh, because
Did he
speaking
put
of which, Anthony Rendon has had a broken tibia this entire time.
Seriously?
And has just refused to let anybody know. The Angels PA refused to let anybody know.
So Rendon's been sitting off the IL with a broken tibia?
Yes.
Yes, and
How the
nobody
hell
knows.
did you know?
I saw it today on my news.
Oh, you saw it today too? See?
Hey,
My research department's not helping me any.
they're
You're
withholding.
fired.
You didn't ask me to research for you. Oh my God. He's the
I don't have to ask
sickest guy
mom
in
to research. She
Syracuse.
researched for me. All I have to do is just throw an empty question out there. Mom researches it.
Just earlier this week, Rendon got in hot water because of the way he had been treating like the media around the clubhouse.
Oh, I'm
Most recently,
surprised.
like when they try to ask him a question in the clubhouse, he's like, "I'm not here," and just like walked away. And it's just, I mean, how many opportunities have you had to say, "Hey, I'm kind of broken right now, dude," like physically? I don't know. These
Yeah,
PR departments are just, I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't.
I don't know. He just kind of seems like one of those guys. He got his money. He don't care. He's getting paid.
So, that must, I don't know. Like, and you'll hear Joe
That's,
go to bat for him, but the dude was a baller with Washington.
yeah,
I mean,
I feel like he's bitter because he took that money and he's like, maybe there's
dude,
one. Maybe I should have went somewhere else.
maybe
Maybe I should have stayed home.
oh, look at what happened to Pujols when he signed there. I mean, he still played okay, but
He was injured. He was injured most a
Yeah.
good chunk of his years, like 6 of the 10 years he was there.
so I don't know, man. I just
No,
these teams, I don't get it.
Pujols was productive there.
He was,
Anybody would have loved to have his
But
stat line, but
team didn't do anything. That was my point. Like,
because they don't go after pitching.
so if Rendon is frustrated by that, like that's your own fault. Like, there's
Yeah.
plenty to look at and that would tell you what was going to happen.
Yeah,
And it's the same thing with Ohtani. If Ohtani's frustrated, I mean,
I feel like the only one that's not showing frustration is Trout, and he should be the most frustrated.
he no doubt should be. But I don't know, man. Maybe he's just a grateful guy. You know what I mean?
Maybe he's just a loser who doesn't want to win,
Oh my God.
doesn't have the winning mentality. Maybe that's what it is.
You know,
He's afraid.
You talk about Trout, how I talk about Jeter.
I love Jeter.
hate Jeter.
I don't care for Trout.
I love Trout.
I think he's just there just to be there.
That's literally Jeter. But what
Jeter was a team player.
He had a wet. Of course, he had to be because he had a wet noodle for an arm. Man, he couldn't even throw across the back.
He could hit though. He could hit.
Above average hitter, yeah.
Above average hitter. You don't get 3K with above average hitting.
If he played anywhere else, we wouldn't talk about him. Tell me I'm wrong.
He still had 3K hits. I mean, Tony Gwynn played in San Diego. We still talk about him.
Yeah, because the dude hit 400.
Players that are hitters ever.
So he had 3K. You hit 3K, so people are going to talk about you.
Yeah, well, when you play for freaking 30 years, it helps.
Who played for 30 years?
It's an exaggeration.
Yeah, big exaggeration, sir.
Don't compare Tony Gwynn to freaking Jeter, man.
I'm not comparing Tony Gwynn to Jeter. I'm comparing places. I'm comparing places. San Diego is a shithole. All right.
I agree.
And people talk about Tony Gwynn. If you're a great hitter, you're going to be talked about, regardless of where you play.
Not like that.
Jeter is regarded as a great shortstop because he plays in New York. Played in New York.
That dude had below average defense.
Yes, I agree, but he was a very good hitter.
Yeah, okay.
He was a tough out.
There's a lot of guys that are very good hitters, though, and they don't get talked about like he does.
I don't know. What do you want me to say?
What do you want me? No.
What do you want me to say, guy?
What do you want?
What I want you to say? I want you to appreciate Jeter for being a great hitter.
He wasn't.
I said he's a good hitter.
No,
that's all I'm saying.
You need to appreciate Jeter. All right.
I agree with Caleb.
DJ too.
Thank you.
El Capitan.
What did he say? He said he agrees.
Caleb.
Tad agrees with anybody who disagrees with me. So.
My man.
Nope. Jeter made a living hitting right field. That was it.
Listen, all I'm saying, All I'm saying is you're hating on him just because he played in New York. I'm not even a Yankees fan, but respect Jeter, all right?
That's bro. Anywho,
Respect. Yeah, okay.
week 11 showdowns. How about that?
Week 11 showdowns.
Yeah, you want to jump on it, man?
Yeah, we can talk about showdowns.
Yeah.
Can we talk about first before we get to the showdowns? Can we talk about how Chris Jones decided to end his holdout because he got a 1-year deal?
But he watched that Detroit game. He's like, all right, enough of this.
He's like,
Enough of that.
all right. So
Yeah.
that defense is kind of good, but like they need to add more. I missed my guys.
Yeah.
That's like Saquon ending his holdout for like a few $1,000 more.
Literally.
That
couple bucks.
These guys, he pretty much ended his holdout for like a pack of Double McGum.
And instead of it being like pretty much guaranteed money, it's like all incentive driven. It's just
Yeah.
whatever. Glad
Yeah.
Chris Jones be on the field.
Yeah. Congrats, Chris Jones. Way to use your Aaron Donald leverage.
Yeah.
You should have floated retirement. You would have got a 5-year deal.
Defensive players be getting paid.
Yep. Okie dokie here. Now we have what do we got? We got showdowns now? Yeah. Let's go showdowns. Cue the gong music. All right. Showdown number 1. Which duo you taking? NBA Jam style. All right. You remember NBA Jam?
All right, bet.
Julie, you remember NBA Jam? No? No? Oh, okay.
No.
That's before her time. Yeah. All right. Which duo are you taking? T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, or Hill and Waddle? Let's let Julie go first. Julie, who are you taking?
Yeah.
Going Waddle.
You going Waddle and Hill? Okay, I got you. All right.
Dang, man, that's tough. Like, because
Yeah. That's why it's a showdown, sir.
Higgins and Chase didn't do squat last week, but
They were in the elements, okay?
Waddle went out for 400 yards, man. That's crazy. I'll say Chase and Higgins. I'll say it. I'll be a man and say it with my chest.
All right, you can puff your chest out?
Yeah.
You can puffy? Okay. What you sucking up all that air for, man? All right.
Joey Ice, man. Yep.
Joey, oh, goodness gracious. Okay.
Joey Butter.
All right, which defensive backfield you taking? Poyer and Hyde or Douglas and Alexander? What?
Which one would you?
Oh, which one I take? Oh, I'm going to take probably Cheetah and Waddle.
So much speed there, man.
Yeah, that's why.
Speed. Just all the top off.
Absolutely. All right. Which defensive backfield are you going to take? Poyer and Hyde, or are you going to take Douglas and Alexander?
Are we saying Rasul Douglas and
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? You son of a bitch.
Wow.
You knew what you were doing right there.
Actually, when I wrote it out, I was just trying to put together a showdown. It didn't even click in my head until I kind of looked at your face when I said it, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's Green Bay backfield.
Dude, man. You know what, dude? Damn it, man.
So both are really good.
And honestly, I think that Hyde and Poyer have kind of underperformed in probably the last
3 years.
Like a year and a half.
Yeah.
I get.
Julie, who you got?
You're gonna make me say it, Douglas and Alexander. If I gotta actually verbalize this.
Okay, Russell Douglas and Jair Alexander. Good. Fingers crossed. Okay, didn't count. Sam, yeah, I'm going Douglas and Alexander. Yeah.
Minus all of the that came with Caleb's response.
Okay, we're gonna hop over to the NBA real quick. Throw it back. All right, Kobe and Shaq, or we're gonna go Duncan and Ginobili.
You got it, Julie.
Where you going with, Julie? Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, or Kobe and Shaq? Julie doesn't care because it's the NBA.
Yeah. That's my
Yeah.
final answer.
Okay. She picks to go to the parking lot and beat traffic. That's what she's picking.
All right.
Yeah, or race cockroaches.
Cockroaches? Okay, wow.
It happens in the parking lot.
Oh.
Or it did. You would know that if you ever read my article.
So sorry, Julie.
Yeah.
I'm going
Caleb.
Kobe.
Yeah, I gotta represent my boys. Caleb, Kobe, and Shaq are my two.
And no disrespect to Duncan and Ginobili. They're great, but come on.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I think that those two would probably transition better in today's league because there's not much room for a player like Shaq.
Oh, there'd be plenty of room for a player like Shaq.
Mm.
Everybody's up at the perimeter.
Can't shoot, can't free throws.
No. There's plenty of room for Shaq because he's so big. Nobody wants to be in the way, and everybody's up at the perimeter.
I mean, maybe.
Nobody's down there.
I'm going Kobe Shaq. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, definitely. Three rings in a row. I mean,
Trepeat.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather catch a pass over the middle against Ray Lewis or take one at bat versus Randy Johnson?
I think that taking a hit from Ray Lewis would be something legends are made of. But I've always been curious of what it's like to stand in the box with just absolute filth, 100-mile-an-hour wrecking ball coming at you. Like, what did that pitch that killed that bird look like from the batter's eye? I don't know.
I think it got lost in the feathers.
I don't know. Did that ball make it to the catcher? I've never paid
No,
attention.
it hit the bird. The bird rolled away, and the ball kind of just went elsewhere.
Did it drop? Oh, okay.
Yeah, quickest way to defeather a bird.
Current world record.
Oops.
You know what, dude? Just for giggles, I'm gonna take the hit by Ray.
Just for giggles?
Yeah, he's soft.
I don't think he'll be giggling afterwards.
Probably saying, probably just be mumbling and drooling all over myself.
Give me some perks and send me to the hospital.
Yeah. I need to take what Chad Ochocinco took before his games.
Oh. You have to take a shot of Henny before you get out there. All right, Julie, what are you picking?
I think if I got hit by Ray Lewis, I would actually die. So I'm going to opt for the other one.
Okay.
One bird, one kills me. I'll take the bird.
I'm gonna choose a good book and a glass of water. I refuse to compete.
Appreciate your honesty.
If it all comes towards me, I'm just going to run the other way.
See, I'm left-handed, so I can't exactly face Randy Johnson because I'll probably be shitting bricks up there.
No, you definitely will be.
Yeah. It'd probably be the best shit I ever took in my life.
You just duck down and let the guy behind you catch it.
I mean, I could probably sit crisscross applesauce and just hope he kind of just throws it in the strike zone. And then I'll say I survived in at bat against Randy Johnson.
I would ask if Ray Lewis would hit a woman, but then I remembered it's the NFL and there would be no qualms about that. So,
Ray Lewis, I don't believe he ever had any problems like that.
That we know of.
Go ahead, the Lewis murder, and we'll.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Maybe he'll get slightly lighter or just kind of knock me over. So I have to talk to him ahead of time.
Oh, he'll lightly tap you. He'll lightly tap you.
Yeah, like a good tack, flag football or something.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Jalen Ramsey proved that flag football doesn't exactly mean no tackling.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah, don't be so sure. You might get knocked out.
Mm.
I'll do it for our showdowns this week. No, actually, no.
I like
Just,
those.
just for shits and giggles. Which division would you rather be in this year? AFC West or AFC South?
Which, in terms of like, which do I think I could win?
Yeah, because here's one. They combined for 2 wins in week 1.
Oh, I'm going AFC South all day,
All day? Every day?
all day.
Twice
Yeah.
on Sunday?
For me, then my team's best chance to win it, no doubt.
Yeah, I think yeah.
So I think that the Chargers could be good still. I think that the Chiefs will be the Chiefs to some extent. Denver could be sneaky. Las Vegas is poverty, but
Las Vegas beat Denver. Who's supposed to be sneaky in your ass?
it's Josh. Nobody respects Josh McDaniels as a head coach. Like, please be serious for 1 minute.
Yeah, I thought Russell looked pretty decent. The offense looked decent enough to win that game. That they just kind of
Good first half.
rusty, very rusty. Sean Payton hasn't coached in a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would go with the West because my heart is still with Russell Wilson.
Julie wants to be the towel girl. That's how she's gonna win a ring. No. Okay. I'll go with the South. I'll go with the South. I still can't believe they both divisions combined for 2 wins.
It takes talent, and considering that.
Okay. There's this fun fact about Ron Rivera. I'm writing about him because it's Hispanic Heritage Month, as everyone knows.
I didn't. Thank you.
Okay, so he led two teams with losing records. Once the Panthers, once the Commanders, I believe, to the playoffs, despite having a losing record. So to me, that's like a win, but a confusing one. And you could make a similar argument.
Wait, so you're saying he took 2 teams with losing records to the playoffs, or 2 teams with losing records the prior year to the playoffs?
No, that year.
Yeah.
Oh, so he took the Panthers with a losing record?
In like 2014 or something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know he did it with Washington because they won the division with like 7 wins or something like that.
Yeah, so it's like it's a win, but it's kind of a confusing one because it's like that's great. So so I kind of feel that way too. Special talents only a division, but
yeah, and when Ron Rivera gets the team to a playoffs, no matter what their record is, they're going to compete. I mean, they hung around with Brady and that stacked roster they had. Washington did with Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, that was a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Washington was going to win.
He's doing chemo and he's still at every game. Like, that kind of says everything that needs to be said, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was also part of the 85 Bears.
He 100% was.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. First coaching gig was with the Bears too in 1997.
Really?
He was their defensive coordinator when they went to the Super Bowl in 06.
That explains a lot.
He was defensive quality control coach in 1997. That was his first gig.
They didn't exactly have much quality control in the 90s, did they?
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
Job.
Yeah.
Just bringing people. But.
Yeah. Hey, ever wonder how much the get back coach gets for those people that keep the coaches on the sideline instead of on the field of play? Like, how much money do they make?
In college, they probably make more than they do in the NFL, I bet. But
yeah, because if you get a coach like Sean McVay who likes to get excited and go onto the field quite a bit, you could probably make quite a bit of money telling him to, hey, get back.
What's the got to bench like 400 before you get that job, or
I don't know, but the dude that does it for the Rams, he's jacked.
I feel like he got it.
It's the guy who grabbed Pete Carroll because he actually had to actively grab Pete Carroll to try to run.
Yeah,
but because he was like 85. He doesn't have to be that strong. He just has to have arms. So he wasn't jacked. And I love Pete Carroll, but you know I'm snarky. Anyway, so he didn't have to be jacked, but he does have to be quick because Pete Carroll is fast on his feet. So it was pretty amusing to see someone grab him seconds before he hit the sun.
Pete Carroll must be able to like talk somebody's ear off with like his jaw must be very strong with as much as he chews gum.
Look, and his arms are strong too because he always has to throw them challenge flags, so he's got some good. Something.
Yeah, you always got challenge play.
Look, maybe he just has ADHD or, well, he probably does, some kind of anxiety, so he has to always be doing something. He can't always run into the field, so.
I'd have ADHD too if my quarterback was Geno Smith.
He does a lot of warm-ups with the guys, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so incredible of you. Anyway.
That's all I got for the showdowns. I think it's pretty good showdowns. What do you guys think?
Well, that'll do it. I like this.
It was nice. It was really awesome.
I mean, except for the defensive backs one, that was kind of cruddy, but
they were kind of dumb.
Right.
It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. I will. I'll have better ones next week, and hopefully we'll have some from our lovely viewers.
We hope so.
So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, ding, so that you always know when something got dropped by us. Yeah, and let us know exactly what you want to see next week. Your questions have to be better than Ryan's, so by all means.
And Julie's back to talking crap to me. All right, love it. Beautiful. All right, that's another one in the books. Stick around for True Crime.
Is that your reaction to Aaron Rodgers' injury? Hey, lovey. Do you like the game?